If you asked me a week ago, I would have said, no chance am I making a video on this game. I've not played Atlus games, I've not played Persona, I haven't had any interest whatsoever. But I started playing the demo on Metaphor ReFantazio after seeing YouTubers say how amazing this game is, and I said, you know what, let's find out what we think, and it's amazing. Let's find out why.
Hold it! Should have listened to us, chum.
This game opens up with a bloodbath. Not only does the intro video, before you even start the demo, contain the death of the king with tons of blood. Oh man, this thing's gruesome. It then, when you start the demo, it goes into animation. It looks completely amazing, and you start to see knives and swords going into people, and there's blood all over the place. So playing an Atlus game was really intimidating for me because they're known for the Persona series, which takes place in a high school setting. I am well beyond my high school and even college days, so I wasn't sure how I'd relate to this game. But when you see people like Happy Console Gamer, RGT85, etc., say how great this game is, I said, I have to try it. And I am pleasantly surprised by my relatability to a wide cast of characters, even though the protagonist is still very young, and his fairy that is with him is also very young. At least she sounds very young.
We'll just have to make it work.
I found myself really interested in the supporting characters and other characters, as well as the protagonist and his fairy friend. What's really cool is when you encounter new characters in the game, it doesn't per se give you any name. It just gives you what your first impressions are, or something to give you an alert. Like here, it shows Shady Woman, which immediately put me on guard. I'm like, oh, stay away. I don't want anything from this lady. She's gonna try to sell me some crap. And then you find out she's an igniter merchantess, and you're thinking, maybe I want something from her, as she continues to talk. And then later, she doesn't even try to sell me anything. Same thing with one of your friends that joins your party, the young nobleman.
Leon Stroll, son of the Count of Harlia. And you are?
He ends up getting a real name down the road, Stroll. And you learn to love these characters and love these little subtle details that pull you in and grab your curiosity and make you want to learn more. Characters in this game are amazing, but in order to have good characters, you have to have a good story that sucks you in. And we already talked about how the king is murdered. He's murdered there by Louis, and Louis is trying to come to power. So in order to do so, he kills the king, and he issues a curse on the prince. The prince was great friends with the protagonist of the story, who's an Elda, and so the Elda and his fairy friend go off into the world trying to get to the capital. They have a mission to kill Louis before the funeral, before Louis could come to power, so that they could rescue the prince. The music in this game blew my mind and drew me into the game. From the title track, when you start hearing the chanting and the orchestral composition created by Soji Mugiru, the composer of the Persona series, as well as this game here. This is my first impression of this music, and there's nothing like it I've ever heard, and it's phenomenal. It uses orchestral compositions, some rock and jazz undertones that pulls in not only people that are seasoned JRPG players, but people that are just coming to the series. The music really, really evokes a sense of fantasy and exploration, and it really, really does a really good job pulling you in. Not only is it nice, louder, upbeat, in the right places, like the battle or the title track, but then when you go places where you're trying to expand your knowledge and learn more archetypes.
I believe you have found a way to wield true magic. You need no
petty conduit of mortal make. You can even change your appearance using the raw magma within. It is above all a mystic, long-hidden art, now the stuff of legend, what I have come to call archetypes.
You go to academia and the music just hits. It's nice, soft, makes you feel like you're in an academic environment. It hits perfectly. This composer knows what he's doing, and I look forward to playing more Atlus games with this composer. So, to further explain archetypes and the battle system, let's start here with the battle system. What's great is that the fairy that you have can help you see whether the enemies that you're encountering are weaker, or equal, or stronger. And so when you do that, you can decide how you want to proceed to attack. What's great is it's almost like an action game where if you have a weaker opponent, you could just come in and slash at them and kill them and keep moving forward without going into a full-fledged battle. So this brings us into squad battles. As you can see on the previous screen there, you can immediately press the button to enter a squad battle, but if you are getting a stronger opponent, that's what's recommended. A weaker opponent, just keep slashing at them. The squad battle is great because when you go into it, there's several different ways that you could attack. One is a standard attack, the other one is an archetype attack. And archetypes are gained through your experience in battle. So as you battle and you go on through the game, you get more and more points that you could use to get different features and archetypes for each specific team member. And so when you first get this, obviously the main protagonist gets his archetype first, and his archetype is called the Seeker. And this is gained during the first major bosses battle in the game. And as you can see here, the bosses are absolutely phenomenally well designed. So the archetypes of each character are highly customizable. You get to choose a lot as you go and as you earn experience throughout the game. And you go to academia and work with more and figure out what you want each character to do. Do you want your character to be stronger at magic? Do you want your character to be stronger at offensive attacks? It's all up to you in making sure that you design a team that meets your needs so that they can work in perfect synergy to defeat the bosses that you're attempting to defeat. These are my thoughts as an Atlus newbie. I was recently at the Galloping Ghost Arcade in Chicago with a group of people who were about to go to Pinball Expo. I did not go to Pinball Expo, but I went to the arcade and I was asking my colleagues all around my age, have they heard anything about Metaphor ReFantazio? And so many of them had no idea about this game. And I really thought about it and I go, you know what? There's a wide range of people. Maybe they're older gamers, middle-aged gamers, you know, maybe somebody that has not played a Atlus game just like myself, and they really need to know. They need to know how great this game is. This game, I haven't, obviously I've just played through majority of the demo. I would say it feels like this is a 9 or a 10 out of 10 game. This game is top tier. Like I said, the fighting mechanics are phenomenal. The menus are great. The music is great. The story is great. It has all the makings of that game that you want to play. Trust me, this is good shit. You need to get this game. You need to listen. You need to listen. You need to listen. And you need to play Metaphor ReFantazio. You do. Turn-based RPGs, this is it. This is the game, man. I can go on and on and on. Please, make more turn-based RPGs that are this freaking great. I really would love and appreciate that 100%. Let me know what you think. Are you going to play Metaphor ReFantazio? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of this review, as this is my first kind of review, first impressions video I've done, so I'd really appreciate your thoughts on it. Please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, And please subscribe if you haven't. And I look forward to seeing everybody in the next video. Peace!